From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News Today.
Good morning, Mid-Missouri. You're looking live at Columbia Regional Airport at 6:29 on your Monday, August 29th, 2011. I'm Megan Murphy.
I'm Eric Aldrich, and it looks like a nice morning out there.
It does. It looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it's really nice out.
Yeah, very pleasant temperatures, some sunshine, a few extra clouds, but aside from that, things are looking pretty good for a Monday afternoon. As we move on into the work week, though, temperatures will start to warm up a little bit, but we're going to enjoy where we have been really for the next few days. This morning, we're into the low and middle 60s around the area. We're at 61 up at Macon, 64 in Moberly, Columbia at 62, 66 in Jefferson City, Rolla's at 65. We're going to continue with a few extra clouds here or there this morning, and then some more sunshine for the afternoon. We'll be at 81 at lunchtime in your high temperature today, topping out at 86. We'll have the need for the umbrella tomorrow. We'll talk more about that and take a look at the rest of your work week forecast coming up in just a little bit. Megan, back to you.
All right, Eric, thanks so much. Today marks the halfway point in the process to approve the 2012 budget for Columbia. It's the first budget Mike Mathis has supervised since he started as the new city manager last April. KOMU 8's Brian Johnson is in the studio now. Explain the differences from this year as opposed to last year.
Well, Mike Mathis is doing a customer-centered culture, and that's a big difference. Mathis says that if he thinks the budget is a public statement of what Columbia city government cares about. The city's budget for 2012 will be more than $400 million. According to a recent survey, Columbia citizens are highly dissatisfied with the street conditions in town. The budget Mathis presented proposes adding more than $500,000 to the street maintenance budget, bringing the total amount for street maintenance to $1.6 million. For the first time in 2 years, city employees will be getting a raise. Mathis proposes a 25 cents per hour raise for all city employees. That pay increase converts to $520 per year for each city employee. The public can have their input heard at the regular city council meetings held next Tuesday, September 6th. Megan?
All right, Brian, thanks. Changes to the conceal and carry law are now in effect. There are several new changes to the law, and one gun shop owner says he thinks it's a pretty good thing. John W. Page owns Pistols Plus in Osage Beach, and he says, in his opinion, the biggest change is the reduction in applicant eligibility age. The age has been reduced from 23 years to 21. Page says he thinks this change will improve safety.
I'm of the opinion that if people think there may be weapons in the area, then they're less likely to use a weapon.
Another change requires those training for the CCW permit to qualify with both an automatic and revolver. Also, the law now makes providing false information to the sheriff about past training information a Class C misdemeanor. The Missouri Law Enforcement Training Institute will be teaching people how to protect themselves a little bit better from gunmen today in Columbia. The active shooter response instructor course will prepare law enforcement officials, school and church administrators, hospital security professionals, and school safety specialists to train potential victims in active shooter survival options. Those taking part in the course will learn advanced strategies on how to respond to violent intruder incidents. The course will conclude tomorrow on Mizzou's campus. Crews are still trying to restore power this morning to millions who lost it as Hurricane Irene came ashore this weekend. But the reality is that it could be days or even weeks before everyone gets back power. Damage from the storm is estimated in the billions, with at least one East Coast governor saying it could be in the tens of billions. On the East Coast, Irene killed 21 people so far. I think that number has actually been up to 23. But overall, some officials say the devastation is not as bad as it was expected. It looks like the storm formerly known as Hurricane Irene will have little immediate impact on gas prices. According to the latest Lundberg survey, gas prices across the U.S. have remained about the same over the past 2 weeks. The survey actually finds gas prices might go down because refineries on the East Coast were not affected. Also, demand is down with less driving and some airlines are grounded. In southern Vermont, raging floodwaters from Hurricane Irene washed away a covered bridge. This video shows the Bartonsville Bridge being swept away by the raging waters. In Libya, the National Transitional Council begins this week getting basic needs to the people. With fighting on the decline, the rebel government is working to get residents access to water and medical supplies. Even fuel in this oil-rich nation is hard to come by. Rebels are working to open supply routes, but this will not solve the growing humanitarian crisis.
6:34 is your time this morning. Some sunshine, a few extra clouds, but very pleasant temperatures as we start off another work week around central Missouri. We'll talk more about your forecast for the week ahead coming up in just a little bit.
How about a live look over Sedalia at 6:34 on Facebook today? We're talking about birth control pills. There's an increase in the number of 13 to 18-year-olds taking them. Do you think it's too young, or do you think it's a smart move?